Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name's Kim. This is 5 Mirror Tarot. And they told me to just jump right in. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into it. All of it. I thank you for clicking on this video. This will be a channeled message. It's for you, for your highest good. So while we're at it, let's release the karma for the higher good of the entire collective consciousness. And that includes your butt nuts, your tacky, toxic people, the bane of your existence, collective. Ow. Person, place, or thing. I kicked the ladder. It doesn't matter how fast their lie is. The truth will always catch up to it. Ooh, that's what they're facing right now. The squirrely Buttnutt meltdown after harassing everyone. Oh, yeah. They've come at the end of the tether. But this particular one scheme, this leaves them either they get it, but good, right? Or they skate. I know. Just when you think that they're gonna, but no, I do think they're gonna get it from what I was looking at this morning. Well, it's open to interpretation as it is, or he or she is about to F the F around and find out. You, though, on the other hand, you showing up for yourself. And the karma is parked on your snot ball, right on their chest, collective. It's a burden for them. They are looking very good, energy-wise. I mean, usually they look pretty, they take really good care of their appearance they show to the world, but I'm telling you, they're a hot mess on the inside, the energy. I'm feeling their panic. I'm talking fop sweat. And they cannot hide their stinky trail of fear. Oops, sorry. Oh, they're not counting their blessings. Okay, but you are. Because you are counting your blessings. The hand of God's going to pour more blessings over your head. Oh, that's Moops the Meanderer. He wants a treat. And I've got them all in here with me. And so he's going to play the cat victim because I'm a cat waitress. Sometimes I'm a cat doorman, but predominantly I'm a cat waitress. It's a fact. Now then, they're burdened. See how they're trying to keep everything together. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Stop worrying. It's like, you're not worried. They're projecting on you. They're worried because they're very burdened by all of this. And they're acting like they can keep everything together and balanced, but they can't. And they're not balanced emotionally. They're not balanced mentally. They're not balanced physically or spiritually, if they believe in anything spiritually. And if they do, they're abusing it. They're blaming, gaslighting God. They think they can, S-O-K-A-T, cat smart, they're going to gaslight God and the universe. So they're very burdened right now. And they refuse. See, they're acting like everything's, they're acting like they can look at what needs to change. No, that's an act. Because of all the cards that came before, it proves that they don't want to look at this anymore. They're getting hot and cold running karma. They don't want to see anymore. Now then, how am I going to do this? This is you. This is My star card that I can't show you, but that's you, that's the star, and I can't show you, but Anne Rice. Remember Anne Rice, the author, the Vampire Lestat and all that? She autographed the belly button on my star card many, many years ago. You are. Let's see if we can do this. You are. You don't care what the future holds. See it? Anne Rice signed my star card. Oh dear. And that's the Two of Swords, not caring what the future holds, because you're very adaptive. It's exactly what needs to change, and you go do those things, and then you get rewarded for it. But not. Your intuition is telling you to keep attracting, magnetizing your own soul so that they can't throw you off your square and jam up your ability to manifest. They've been doing it to you, some of these people, your whole life. And this is the first time that you have gotten ahead of these ball buggering bastards. Okay, now if I'm hydrating, you should hydrate. Now then, the Fraud. Let's see, between 3 and 4 in the morning, I do a meditation with both of the Fraud oracles, the fairy oracles. That's what I got to play with between 3 and 4 in the morning. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You better believe it. The Master Maker. Ow, ow. Commends you. Ow, for. Pay attention now. For your Love Skills Collective and your focus on detail and your craftsmanship is recognized. Oh, it's a magician energy. That's your ability to manifest. And to buttress your moral strength. Mother of Invention. Buttress your moral strength. Mother of Invention, that's Frank Zappa. What? Oh, you're going to get a song stuck in my head. What was that one? It was a catchy little tune. Mothers of Invention. Oh, that's old, isn't it? Leave me a comment. Anybody know who Frank Zappa is? I'm sure you do. It was Via Cruise Slut. The other was I've got a present for you. Present, be a cruise slut. They were talking about, in the 70s and late 60s, like the White Album-ish in the timeline. Well, so is the Mothers of Invention. Mark and Howie. Flo and Eddie. Yeah. Practical problems are solved right here. You are to create your futures and to forge your lovely, lovely soul collective. The Master of Earth, of air, of fire, and water. The Master Maker, he helps you, this fairy helps you to execute your magic workings. And today all of this comes into being because this is you. Embracing who you really are and loving yourself shamelessly, not conceited. Shamelessly means unconditionally. I could feel that resonated with you. This is your energy. Look at you. Y'all full of piss and vinegar, then raring to go. And you're commended for being able to create your futures and to forge your lovely, lovely soul. What a beautiful thing in the face of adversity. Because you're the master of your futures. You count your blessings. And that's how you get mastery over all of this. And you have a decision to make, not, using reason and logic either. They want you to use all that, of course, in your discernment, but they want you to use your intuition. To make this decision, you have to make this decision about what you're going to do going forward. Look at that purple. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that registers African violet. So lush. So beautiful energies that we're playing with this morning. Now then, we're going to get into it, all of it. And I thank you for clicking on this video. I trust this message has found you at the perfect time. And I really appreciate you. I welcome you, especially if you've never been here before. Welcome. And I thank you so very much for being in this moment, and thank you for coming in here, expanding on this magical space that we're creating with the tarot and the fairy oracles. And as always, collective, I love you so, so much. And I am so very proud of you. Now, like all readings, you take what resonates and you leave the rest. It's just always best to do it that way, don't you think? And if you like the energy on my channel, you really should help me grow. I haven't been here very long. I need all the help I can get. But I appreciate you. But before I do begin, if you want to support this channel, and just say thanks. Now is an absolutely great time. You can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video on your socials, or drop a comment with your thoughts. Any of that helps the channel big time. Now you're coming to you from the land of enchantment. And that's life out here in the Southwest. But we come into 5 Mirror Tarot. We come riding in on a vibration. We ride high in that vibration of unconditional and non-judgmental love. And that's what I offer to you. I offer my love to you on this day because you deserve it. And I think that this channel, I look at it, I haven't been here very long, but it's a gift. But more important, you're the gift. You're the gift. So sit back, you get cozy and warm, you get something to drink. Coming to you live from Kirky. Venturing into the Don't Give a Feck television on Family Oriented YouTube for your morning meditation. And if you're joining me today, there is a reason for seeing this message. And you and I, we have been on this journey in the 5D. And it's trickling down into the 3 dimension. And you have been aligned with me from the beginning. You've been here like from day one. I'm so grateful for that. I look forward to seeing your view. I'm talking to you there. Yeah, you who keeps watching my show every day. Thank you for that. And you have the power to show up for yourself, and I'm so proud of you. All that work that you've been doing it will not be in vain. I want you to come in here. You have a place to belong here, to support yourself through all your narcissistic adversity and bullying and all the meh that's out there in that cold, cruel world we live in. On all levels, I support you. I feel you. You have the power to project not negativity. You project grace and calm when you're setting boundaries. You don't give ultimatums. I've taught you, if I catch you giving your narcissist or bully an ultimatum, I will get you. That will get you nowhere fast. On this channel, we find our way to neutralize the toxicity vibrations while actually solving problems, making plans, sharing ideas. Now, the tarot is self-help. It's a tool used on my channel so that the viewer, you there, whoever's watching this right now, so that you can enhance your self-awareness, not that you don't, that you can build your emotional resilience in ways, we do that together. And the tarot can help you set boundaries with your toxic people, places and things, because we magnetize your soul. We teach you how to do that here. You're doing it. You're attracting this, what it is that you desire, because it's your life you're living. Now, the content shared here is based on publicly available information. Oh, I do a buttload of research using the tarot and the fairy oracle reading. And this is for your enjoyment. Oh, but the PSAs are a hoot, the way we're very creative. I'm the most creative person out there in narcissist land. It's me. To encourage thoughtful discussion in the comments. When you leave comments, we share there and help each other there and grow there. And we provide awareness about narcissism. And on my channel, bullying stops here. Bullying stops now. Now then, this video is created for informational and educational purposes, only under the principles of fair use. The goal of this channel, 5 Mirror Tarot, is to discuss and analyze and document the true public service announcements in a very creative way, using Grimm's, but especially using the tarot and the fairy oracles. All of them, yes, for entertainment purposes. To document these tarot and fairy oracle enhanced channeled messages we do every single day, because I love you, with accuracy and sensitivity and respect. Now, viewer discretion is advised, because the fairy tales that I discuss at the end, as the topics discussed may be sensitive or disturbing as hell to some in the audience if they are really a child because they love fairy tales and don't understand why they're being pushed out of the room. Not allowed. They're not allowed but I know it's Cinderella. That may very well be, but go to your room or Santa won't bring you anything. All right, you got it. I'm going. So all individuals mentioned in this video are treated with respect. That would include, these fairy tale characters. They're fictional, but we're going to treat them with respect, sort of, and with utmost dignity And no disrespect is intended towards real bullies or narcissists in your neck of the woods that you're dealing with, the bane of your existence with your squirrely people, or anyone that I go on about, because this is an open read many subjects, because we're getting ready to do the blessings. There's just so many messages here that the algorithm will have go apoplectic on me, and then it won't put my video out. So I make off-color jokes and voice my opinion, but I let you know it's my opinion, or if I'm speculating, or when I'm telling you a fact that's for educational or entertainment purposes if it's a joke during this beautiful reading. Oh yes, permission's not granted to link or to repost this video. This video is for educational and spiritual entertainment value and purposes only. This video doesn't refer to any specific person, alive or unalive, real or imagined, and this in all dimensions, known or unknown. This video doesn't refer to any specific person and should not refer to any specific person as having NPD or narcissistic traits, especially to support an allegation that the maker of this video believe or support a claim that a person, place, or thing, the IRS, or a Grimm's fairy tale, is character is literally a narcissist or a bully or a buttnut. For real, your people. This is for fun. It's not fortune telling, and it's not predictions of what your narcissist or bully's next move is going to be. Nope. I have to tap into these really dark energies so that I give you the heads up. You live with them. I don't. Your fight or flight is what needs to be shored up, not mine. So I look at the dark underbelly and I let you know what yours are getting ready to pull on you. And then I leave it up to you to help you decide. We're still in Saturn retrograde, and it's moving you from known into the uncomfortable unknown. It's just the whole human race right now is in their north node. And you can see the ones that aren't going to make it because they keep clamoring back to that south node, just in their comfort zone, trying really hard to get in that, and they can't. They're being urged to grow, and they don't want to. So those are the ones. It's like we're going to have two groups in humankind. Those that are growing and evolving in the 5D consciousness, and those that refuse to grow spiritually. This transformation is your confirmation during this beautiful reading. This reading is your confirmation, collective. And I feel this love connection with you. And I feel it's going to be so strong here on in. And these are timeless readings, no matter when you click on and view the entire video. Now this part, open read, many subjects, because there's so many blessings. I'm going to, like a fire hose. Your soul wanted to live with no pressure. You gave it your best shot, and you walked away with grace to bring closure to some of these situations with your tacky people who are in danger of jail. I mean, they were gone through spiritual jail, and now some of them are going to go to real jail. This is for entertainment purposes, and you're making power moves. Go do that. You're toxic. How embarrassing. You cannot imagine ever acting like that. You embody joy and patience. You give yourself credit for having creative access to hope and miracles, and you're happy and giving yourself credit for having these attributes. Your fairy godmother vibration, it grows your inner unity, your inner world. But your butt nuts are being belligerent. They're envious of your gifts and your talents and your grace and your helpful lessons from your higher self. They can see you, this moving through you, working on it. They can see it. They can't do that, so they're jealous. Your whole energy has changed, and they can't manipulate you. I'm so proud of you. I do. I love you so much for all this hard work you're doing on yourself. Now, these people are coming from pure ego, but it's clear. Your intuition, psychically speaking, you know things that other people just, they do not know. And if that makes them afraid, you freaks, that's not your problem. You continue to shine and use those gifts and talents. You give someone difficult a hard enough time just by being and doing you. Just do that. You get rebirth and psychic renewal. See, I keep seeing the color purple. That brings the angels of your love partner or your companion. And if you seek out comfort, it means your person's having a hard time and that you are smart enough to call in their angels and ask their angels, how do I give them comfort? Let them leave them alone and let them lick their wounds, and then we will guide you when it's time for you to come in and pull them out of the funk if their free will wants that. And if it doesn't, you can't take it personally. Numerous attachments in early life. That would be attachments to outcomes that you would get disappointed. Well, on my channel, I teach you, here's an idea. Your inner child says, why don't you have no attachment to any outcome and just see what happens? Then you won't be sad and disappointed. And you can see the value and worth in everything that comes your way, so that you keep getting bigger and better things that way instead of struggling all the time to try and gain it and then you can't get it and you get disappointed. Do it this way. Someone's going to go supernova on their narcissist. You are a protected angel. This is you examining, who am I? And then you learn who you are and you're pleased about it. Now, this person has betrayed you before. Just like they're setting you up like from Halloween to, I'd say, the winter solstice. That's when they start their little ways, stinky little ways. But your adaptability, your quickness of mind, you use your common sense because they don't have any. You honor the self. So that in a way, doing that right there, you repel them. You start to repel them. You rethink and you search for alternatives. You be patient. You wait. You're going to block your inhibitions. You're going to block your frustration. You have this big, strong, good-natured person coming in, this desire to overcome obstacles with that person to love and to find understanding. Don't be stubborn. You look for the different solution. You be diplomatic. This person's not toxic. You did this. You attracted this person and they attracted you in for, they're creating their futures. And that's where it's coming in. Expect difficulties or loss from your squirrely people. Can't stand that you keep getting, you keep blessing and glowing up, and they're just compelled now to, they have to stop it, like somehow doing horrible, tacky things. You're taking the pressure off. And you're loving doing that for yourself, and I'm so proud of you. The Empress never competes with anyone for love. You don't. Empress does, ladies, the Empress does not chase a page or a knight or even a king. She goes straight for the emperor baby. She doesn't peck about. I feel this is a vibe for primal string. With Spirit's help, you have the ability to absolutely manifest all of your needs. To help on all levels, all of your needs and desires. You refuse to lower yourself into a vibration of lack ever again. And that's how you uncross the situation, using divine intervention, backing you up, doing it that way. They're not embarrassed, they're acting the fool. I mean, balls deep. You get the one that you want to see. Oh, you've already determined, you two, that you're keepers. Solving a sticky wicket. If there was a love problem, sure, there was no love. Bully is told by Spirit and the Divine to stop targeting you, or they're going to get it. Even more than I'm telling you they are. Spiritual purification to repel their evil. That's you going inward and loving yourself. That's all you have to do is keep showing up. The light on the dead of winter vibration, that right there that's December 21st. That's winter solstice. You wish to reconnect and explore or rediscover joy and the delight of sharing love without fear of love. To love someone elegantly. Oh, and they return the kindness. I like that. The virtues, the angels, the archangels are all about you. The cherubim, the seraphim, the thrones are all activated. The dominions, the principalities, and the powers are all celebrating you vibrationally. Solid decision on your part to be happy. And over here I'm picking up on some of you got spiritual haters around you. Nobody over there, that's us, over there doesn't believe in God. And we say it outside. We believe in God. And people who say that we don't are full of shit. We say it out loud. We're loud and we're proud. On 5 Mirror Mirror, my soul family, we are a fierce, sassy soul family. Something will never be a good match with your butt nuts. So you're being told, leave them. You go pursue belly laughs, even a little bit of racy humor. The Victorian era, lovers would exchange rose wreaths at Christmas. They're getting what they deserve, karma. That was a coward thing for a toxic one to do. Ooh, you're going to find out what that one means. Spiritual concentration, go do that. Farewell to the old. Their obstinacy, their dullness, their toxic stupidity, their selfishness, their egoism, their desire to dominate. Oh. You keep asking me if Tiny Fist of Fury is the Antichrist. I think he's the poor cheap man's version of maybe the Antichrist. I do believe that when God does all of that he would pick a better one. This one's kind of lame. So, no. Someone asked me if I thought that who was the Antichrist. No. But like everything, he's a wannabe. He wants to be. Or he thinks he is because he's friends with Pooty Poot. If you go into Revelations, when I was a youngster, there was a book called The Late Great Planet Earth that scared the wicked willy out of us about Revelations. And, I think actually the rapture. Oh, yeah, scared the crap out of us. But it worked. It got the point across. Ooh, this is the end time sucks. We don't want to be for the, well, but we still have to prepare, eh? According to the mythos. So that part, we're still in an open read because I have to get on the other side. Open read, many subjects, because we have so much here to go through. It's very exciting. I hope you're doing well, collective. Yeah. What does the divine need to share? Well, we've already got up here, we've got the Empress and the Emperor and the Temperance card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. This is the feminine half, Seven of Pentacles, your hard work paying off. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, happy ending, and the and the Hermit reversed. That is a new discovery within yourself. Loving yourself shamelessly. Loving yourself shamelessly means to love yourself unconditionally, warts and all, and remembering who you are. I know, he'll be done in a minute. He's vacuuming out the filter to the heater. So what does the divine need to share? I swear he'll be done and he will. Well, we're just going to keep going. The toxic, distorted masculine is scrambling. And not the strategic kind. I'm talking full-blown fop sweat. A cornered rat who's panicking. Can't hide it anymore. Can't cover up their shaken with fear. The chaos is leaking out of your squirrely person's pie hole. They're drooling. They're in such a mental state. They're drooling. It's very troubling, and they don't, energy-wise, they do not look well. The energy's a sick, putrid color, like a milky mucoid. Their energy is milky and mucoid. Ew. Yeah, and they know it. This is the moon. They know, their intuition is telling, they've got this feeling that when they get this feeling, things happen to this. Is when they've gotten karma in the past. Before they get karma, maybe it did or it didn't. They did learn something or didn't learn. But when they get this feeling, ooh, it gets gloomier and gloomier for them. Now then. They're not winning any of these battles that they have to win in order to win the war. It's the Queen of Wands. Whiny little bitch. They couldn't. Before in the past, you were popping them through portals because you love them. But they don't have your protection anymore, and you've leveled up so much and they're so low vibrational, and they won't release their pain. They live for their pain, for their traumas from their past, so that people will feel sorry for them. Well, people are tired of hearing it. You think after 70 years, you think I'm kidding, that they've been milking some of this crud. No one wants to hear it. It doesn't work anymore. And see, they don't know what to do. They can't talk their way out of this. They just can't. They're not getting a fair exchange of energy either. Universe is bitch slapping them, coming and going, And they don't have the strength to take on any karma, but too bad. And all in an effort, still, they think they're going to win. It's all this is stacked up against them, and it's a lot. Then they tunnel vision on you to react to you, to pull crap on you, and to compete with you, so they don't have to look at all this other stuff. Well, you have things to do. You're magnetizing your soul and you're attracting to you. That's why you're getting so many blessings. And you're getting fair exchanges of energy and reciprocated in love. Everything out on the table, fair exchanges of energy in the bedroom and in the boardroom. And here's where your strength lies. That lion is grooming you. Not testing you to be an hors d'oeuvre. Grooming you, loving strength. And this is you coming full circle into knowing who you are and appreciating who you are, magnetizing your soul and creating the futures that you deserve. You're doing that. And that you'd been through a lot in the past, and now you are winning your battles and you're going on to win the war and to be very successful. It's the Queen of Wands. And then you opened up a portal that's in your heart chakra. And you're using that with your manifestation skill sets in ways you're being shown how to do it. That if you will do you, like I said, you repel them, their ability in the future to say or do things to you. They can try, but it won't land. No matter how hard, in desperation to get you and hurt you, they've been told not to do this and they don't stop. That's why they're getting karma. What crosses the situation? Well, they are not subtle or clever. They're showboating. Oh, up to their ghoulies in stinky, stinky fear at this point. Threats at every turn to everybody. It's not just you. They're just tearing everyone to shreds because they're dooming themselves. The walls are closing in on their toxic schemes, all being exposed and addressed. One thing for them to be exposed, but they're being addressed legally. A deranged, panic-stricken git is what they're being reduced down to, an awful sauce. While you go on and you rebuild after everything that you had to heal from what they did to you. Nobody came in and helped you either. And you healed yourself to the point now you feel like you're 12 years old again and you've got a lion heart. You clear your own confusion. You find your own stillness and peace. That's your inner child is lion-hearted. So that knight and that king are joined together. That's your energy. Look how comfortable you are with your emotions. Being accepting of yourself, loving yourself completely and shamelessly. Then you kick in the law of attraction. You don't even realize you're doing it. What did I just say? This is the law of attraction. Being fulfilled successfully as needed. You're like E.F. Hutton. People start listening when they go, shh, 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 collective is speaking. You're at the center of the wheel. You repel what you don't want, and you attract to you what's sitting pretty so that you prompt for posterity. This is the last thing you needed to do, is to operate this way by just simply showing up for yourself. You got one job. Show up for yourself. Love yourself shamelessly, unconditionally, and non-judgmentally. The non-judgmental part, warts and all. You love those warts. Those are the prettiest warts you've ever. And to that Empress that we started this with, what crosses you is that Emperor. You're not wrong. You know what you're doing when you run your empire. Oh my goodness, collective. What's the basis? Basis. Saturn and Leo, that's 5 of Wands. Well, I got the Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, High Priestess. Ooh, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords, Temperance. This identifies with Leo. Strong. This card is a profound mix of profound contradictions. Fiery Leo implies fiery action and fiery emotion in your own skin. That's what gets you going. And you are offered an environment of strength and activity. I just showed you the strength card. Saturn, on the other hand, presents a heavy and constant resistance to all of this, so that you get clarity. Hot pressured magma struggles to reach the surface of the volcano, but it's frustrated by the sheer weight of the mountain itself. Grounded energy, grounded. But fire, earth of fire, thank you, Holy Spirit. That taught was earth of fire and fire of earth is how we manifest to culmination. And this is you, fierce. I told you you're fierce. On my channel, our soul tribe, we are fierce. We're sassy. We're the best soul family out here in YouTube, and I haven't been here very long. You're fierce. Look at that Taurus in the middle of your, very stable in your emotions and shielding and protecting yourself, negotiating fiercely. When opportunities show themselves, you don't pick the cup with the rattlesnake in it. They do every time, but you don't, and they're jealous because they would just once like to pick a cup that didn't have a rattlesnake in it, but they're tools, and you work for the divine, and they're not going to let you pick the cup with the rattlesnake in it, are they? Because you work for the divine. This is the High Priestess. You do at night in your dreams, you go and you get all this esoteric information, and then you pass through the veil and you bring that process here and you teach what it is that you know to other people to end their frustration, to be able to bring joy into their life and an end to frustration, especially sexual frustration. We're all grown-ups on this channel. We're allowed to talk about it in that context for educational purposes. And this is you and your spirit teams taking you from choppy waters to smoother, guiding you in how you're supposed to use these new skill sets. And you're pleased about it. Oh, you're insecure, you're not liking your warts. You send those ideas away. Look how happy you are, loving on yourself completely. This is the stuff that you tried to suppress that's part of you. You let it go over there and bitch, but you integrate it. It's part of you. You're happy that it's part of you. See? The 2 swords that point up to the divine. That's to your highest self. And here's the Temperance. In my deck, they're not diagonal. In my deck, because I painted this deck, they are in alignment. This is Temperance. You are in alignment. I'm so proud of you. You worked so hard and for so long. And now you're being, you didn't expect that you were going to be rewarded. You're funny. Of course you're going to be rewarded over the next 2 weeks in front of you. Hair on fire, Princess of Wands. There's no gender in tarot. This could be, your buttnut could be a man or a woman, but their hair's on fire. They're freaked out, Princess of Wands. Unchecked, your toxic one's gone bad. Will not only incinerate themselves needlessly. There was no reason for any of this, too. Yeah, that's how come we know it's karma. In doing so, your person will also start a dumpster fire. They're really going to churn it up with people trying to hurt and upset as many, like if they're going to go down and crash and burn, they want to hurt those that are more, everyone that they're jealous and envious of. They're kind of like casting a toxic net of energies. A dumpster fire to set the whole bloody neighborhood on fire. I'll say metaphorically because we're on YouTube. Your person can be cruel, and unreliable, faithless, feckless, and domineering. Know anyone like that, collective? This is you being committed to yourself. You enjoy your own company. You're not lonely at all. You're better off without them, and they know it. You look good. Your skin is like porcelain. You smell good. You carry yourself. No one, the look that you are wearing, and you've never looked like this before, and they're pea green with envy. So they look like poop. Well, at least I'm seeing your energy. And that shows you radiate that energy on the outside. They look like crap and puny and sickly because on the inside they are scared, shiftless. You're committed to yourself. Look how, that's you. Look how calm you are. You're leveling up right now. This is pre-emperor, pre-empress energy, but you're already both the emperor and the empress in your skin. So you're glowing up, doing that soul work. Your inner divine feminine and your inner divine masculine are making love in your own skin metaphorically. And it feels pretty good, doesn't it? You're benefiting from that. You're radiating. You're allowing everything in life to fit into place naturally and organically, not forcing anything. And you love being able to do it this way, especially because it's getting cool out. You want to be cozy. This is you taking yourself under your own wing. Those are all the parts of yourself that you did not like. Now you're integrating it. You're accepting of it so that your toxic weenies can't lead you out into the cold ever again. Once you integrate these aspects of your wounded parts healed, you integrate all of those parts as being accepted. I don't know, maybe you're a beautiful woman and you snore. Learn to appreciate that you snore. You know? Maybe it was embarrassing. You would stop yourself from, as a young person, not going on sleepovers because when you fell asleep, they would tease you because, boy, did you saw logs. Well, if you had been accepting of it, they would have stopped doing that because they probably saw that it got under your skin. It's things like that. That's just an example of what I'm talking about. What crowns you. Sun in Aries. Harmonious and energetic marriage of energy. Venus and Mars are all right tonight. Harmonious and energetic marriage of energy takes place. Sublime level of understanding into the mix in your own skin. The will to use great power. An idea has become fertilized. Your idea is of a certain stability, which can never be upset. Did you hear what I said? Accept it, allow it, see it, visualize it, and attract it to you. Queen of Pentacles. All she has to do is go, I want it. Whatever she wants. And whatever it is comes to her. This is you. This is the card in my deck about magnetizing your soul. She'll repel what does not come to her correctly with unconditional love on all levels. She'll repel what comes to her incorrect. What she wants, she says, I want it. Person, place, or thing. Whatever that is walks right over to you. This is you. Oh, and then the Ace of Pentacles. I want it all, and it comes to you. You're doing that. You're creating it. And you're not stuck in your own head at all. You're free and clear and using hands tied and a blindfold on. You don't care. Your visualization skills are so keen and sharp. Do you see that with your mind that you made a way to walk through, and you can see with the blindfold that you were never trapped in your head. You were being manipulated and you cleared it. Some of you, this is you embracing, loving yourself unconditionally and non-judgmentally. A rebirth, integrating that which you thought, parts of yourself you thought were unacceptable, were completely acceptable. And this is what caused your Kundalini to spring. Good ideas in Aries, expanded in Jupiter and Sagittarius. And there's that Leo having the balls to actually do it. To take an idea in your head, an abstract idea in your head, and then you manifest on it until in the real live world, there it is. You reach out and touch that idea and you're living it. This was the first card I painted. I wanted a deck of cards that only I knew what they meant because it was my deck of cards when I did the psychic fairs. I painted the first card and then I painted all the way to 78. And as you can see, since 1988, I have been reading with this deck of cards. That's what your Kundalini energy is. Because the divine told me to make these cards, and I did. This is the Hierophant. And so do you. Definitely in the future. Two of Discs. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This image is a picture of the complete manifested universe in respect to life's dynamics in your neck of the woods. The earth is the throne of spirit. It is. Isn't it? As it is above, let it be below. On earth as it is in heaven. This is you taking action to love yourself in a lotus flower, an eagle's claw, the crown and the dolphin over the cup. Look at this. This is you bringing in clouds of joy, integrity, self-respect, self-love practices that kick in the law of attraction to inner peace, to outer peace, so that your nightmares are over, that are caused by your fop, sweaty, stinky, fear-coated, squirrely people. They're the ones having the nightmares. You go on and you grow within those support groups that love you and know you and care for you. You go and enjoy that, because we're coming into Christmas. And this is where you get what you deserve by doing it, doing all of this new way, in a grand way. You're pleased about it. You're holding your own. This can come in now. This comes in 3 months. I'm dealing with this and this now. This never comes in. I never want this kind of growth to come in. And I hold my ballast. I stand my ground. That's you. You're not crying over spilled milk. You're drawing from, some of you, this is a twin flame. This is a coupling. This is a soulmate. This is, or it's just your inner divine masculine, inner divine feminine, just you in your own skin, having a menage de trois with me, myself, and I. That's a joke, YouTube. Grow the F up. Out of the way, you filling your cup to overflowing. Yeah. And look at the yield. You prepared the soil. You're very careful when you laid out the beds and prepared them, and you dressed the yard with dressing. You cultivated the soil, and look at you. Look what you've grown. The yield there. You did that. I'm so proud of you. What's in the place of hope? Again, Venus and Aries. Aries is Mars. Venus is Earth. Venus and Mars are all right tonight. 4 of Wands. That's a portal. This brings the rule of law to the universe. It brings order, completion, settlement, an arrangement, perfection or completion of a thing built up with trouble and labor, tender loving care, rest after labor. But a toxic boob is unreliable and unsteady as you head into towards Christmas now. You take care of stuff if you've got children in common with these a-holes, because they're going to hurt the children too, I'm telling you. Through their over-anxiety. And at times they are insincere. And that's what I'm talking about. Children don't deserve that. This is a kid holiday. Another one, like, you know, trick-or-treating is a kid holiday. Oh, look at you. That's a chariot. Look at you. Well done, collective. King of Wands, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I am a fire trine. If I say that things are going to go exactly like this, they will. And it's an aspect of, if you have the Emperor and Empress, this is the Emperor in you. I don't care what your gender is, really, for real. But you're taking action to feel like you're a kid again, like you're young again. This is your, like your part of your inner divine masculine is championing your inner child. Look at the growth. Like she's got, inner child's got this aspect wrapped around her little finger. This is you resting and eating and doing everything that you need. You're the priority, and then you take care of yourself, and everything and the people around you fit in to place. It's wonderful. It's making you really happy doing it this way. Happy ending. 2 of Wands, you have a decision to make, but you don't care what the future holds because you're using the law of attraction. Before it was thready. But now it's a steady beat. You're making good decisions. And the whole world is under a judgment right now. The whole world is under a judgment right now. All of mankind. That's what I told you a minute ago. We're separated into 2 parties. those that are able to ascend and elevate and grow spiritually, and those who won't. And you got to prepare, because you might be fond of some of those people. And they're going to go through some things. But you're going to be fine. Again, there's no gender in tarot. This is the King of Cups. I don't care what you identify as, gender-wise. There's no gender in tarot. Not to those around collective, think of you collective. That star card that Anne Rice signed my belly button. Hope you are seen getting unexpected help. They see your bullies. They see the error in judgment causes them to be disappointed before, but they're watching karma bulldoze and ruin your enemies that cost you so much. Secretly, they're pleased about it. Yep. Yeah, they're able to see it. They're going to see more by the time February, a couple of days after Valentine's. They'll be going away for a little while. While you go on and embellish your life, your spirituality, you grow, you ascend. See that purple? Oh my goodness. And here's the Fool. You're on your path where you're supposed to be, doing you, so that in your own skin, this is balancing out your inner divine feminine and inner divine masculine in your own skin. Isn't that beautiful? So you've got inner harmony. And then you're able to take action with wisdom in the Princess of Swords. You double your communication to point of sale, to a profit, to your bottom line. Whatever it is that you're doing, I keep telling you, it's working. If it registers with you yet or not, it's what, kitty? What is it? Am I bothering you? Huh? Well, what is it? I'll go over here. Heart's Desire. Triumph and Clarity. It's a Chariot. We just saw the Chariot just a second ago. This leads to victory. Someone evil-minded is ruthless. And they really do. They have a lust for destruction, for persons, places, things. They could become, to get pity, twist the ankle or wear an arm, so that people will ask, oh, what happened to you, to get sympathy. That's tricking people. 7 of Discs. Unprofitable speculation. Yeah. And they tried to pull you into that scheme, and you got pissed because you wouldn't do it. And they get little gain for their rotten, toxic schemes and labor. Promises to get revenge on you. Well, that success is unfulfilled. I told you that a minute ago. Loss of the toxic fool's opportunity for a once promising fortune, well, until they made poor choices again. Their hopes are deceived and crushed for all time, because they really blew it this time. Disappointment, misery. Some of them slavery. That's like being on probation or, like community service. A loser thereby. Just in time for Christmas. You are going into this celebration. You are celebrating yourself. You know your worth. This is them. Do you see the quiver that has swords in it? Those are supposed to have arrows for the arrows of love. No, this is an opportunist. This is a narcissist, a bully, an antagonist. a buttnut, a squirrely person, the bane of your existence. But they get in karma so fast their head keeps spinning over and over and over. And they still think that somehow you will magically put in a good word for them and then make magically their karma go away. But you told them, no, I've taken on your karma before and I'm not doing it. So you come full circle. That's the bluebird of happiness on your finger. Seeing eye to eye. This is also a twin flame indicator or twin flame energy, just you and your own skin. But heads up to kitty, 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 honey, 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 kitty. Oh, no, you don't. Hey, here's a broom. Yeah. Just show it to him. And see, you just learn and you're loving it. You put a little cup up there, you stay hungry, you don't rest on your laurels, you put another cup over here, you gain that goal, then you stick another cup up there. Quit that. Here's a broom. Here's the broom. It's a broom. No, not the broom. And there you are. Integrating. Look at that kundalini, all that red, balancing out. That's the Princess of Pentacles. Well, I'm proud of you for all of that. What are you doing, boo? What is it? What is it? Okay, now I'm going to tap into the angelic realm using the Bible. We're going to do the Holy Bible divination. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit. Oh, okay. Remember thy congregation. That's our soul family That's our soul family's growing, which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. That means we're making it. We're growing our soul family. Thank you for doing that. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations. That means your toxic butt nuts are your footstool. Did you hear me? That means that your butt nuts are your footstool. They're under your feet. Even all that the enemy hath done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregations. That's our soul family. They set up their on signs for signs. Their ensigns for signs. Ensigns. Well, I like that, Holy Spirit. That's news about our soul family is growing. Thank you for doing that. We are an awesome soul family now. The one I did between 3 and 4 in the morning was Ephesians 5:15. Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise. So it is said, wake up, O sleeper, rise up from the dead, and Christ will shine on you, redeeming the time because their days are long and evil, your butt nuts. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as the serpents resonates to mean to be cunning. And you're as harmless as a mourning dove. Seek out your inner peace. You're being protected. And walk in love. Just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a beautiful valiant, sacrificial offering to God. So foolish was I, and ignorant, but it's your fault. I was as a beast before thee, God. Folly is a joy to your narcissist, defined as by one who lacks judgment, but a man of understanding walks a straight and narrow path of the middle pillar in the tarot, divine chosen ones. Therefore, see that you walk carefully, live in a good life, marked with honor and a life purpose, and use courage to shun those who perpetrate and tolerate their own evil. So this is talking about Paul in prison in Rome. And enable their own evil. A divine chosen one is never unwise. You are seen as wise. You are seen as intelligent. You are seen as very sensible and very discerning people, collective. In the Bible, Paul talks a bit about walking, and that translates to mean how believers live their lives. Our soul tribe, we do walk as children of light on 5 Mirror Tarot, as a divine chosen one, or as a mere believer or a non-believer. We must conduct ourselves in a manner that keeps one worthy of the calling that you were handpicked for. Not everyone gets to be a divine chosen one. Not like your narcissist who act like the non-believers do. They mimic them. You, in the collective, aspire to carefully maintain your spiritual world. I respectfully call upon God and ask for our soul tribe. During the Living Word meditation we just did, we love how all wisdom is generated by God, who gives believers the spirit of wisdom, and non-believers. Yeah, he does. This part means that Paul is speaking to us about God gives wisdom to the newly minted church. Paul is talking about making the church known to others. Paul, while in jail in Rome, was preaching about how he desires a way for believers to grow in spiritual maturity. Evangelism was a fine feature, but he felt it was also important to bear in mind how spiritual growth was needed of the existing believers in the church. Now then, so you think you know the story of the little farmer. There was a certain village called Corrales. Do you see what I did there? There was a certain village called Corrales, and several rich landowners and farmers were well settled. Only one poor one, who was therefore called, quote, the little farmer, end quote, as a nickname. He had not even a single cow, nor any money to buy one. He and his wife would have been tickled pink to have had a cow. One day he said to her, "A good thought has just struck me, that my father-in-law, your father, can carve. They can make us a calf carved out of hard wood and paint it brown." But this morning on 5 Mirror Tarot. But the truth is far older, and according to Carl Jung, much darker. And this character's fate is far too disturbing for your run-of-the-mill fairy tales. So I'm going to do something to it. I'll do what I want. Yes, she said, so that it looks like any other real cow. And given enough time, I think her brains were mushy. And given enough time, it will naturally become a cow. magical thinking. This proposal pleased the wife, so she instructed her father accordingly. And he cut out the calf, painted it brown, and detailed it as it should be. He even made it so its head was bent down as if it was literally eating. So, some narcissists involved in fraud are able to avoid legal consequences due to a combination of their manipulative personality traits and inherent difficulties in proving financial crimes, and an agrarian society in a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. Gaslighting. The little farmer is kind of a narcissist who leverages psychological and behavioral tactics to control his victims and to evade all levels of accountability. Well, the next morning the real-life cows were driven out to pasture. The little farmer called the shepherd in and said, "See, I have here a little calf, but he's so teeny-tiny and small that he must be carried." So the smart-aleck shepherd said, "Very well," and taking it under his arm, carried the mock calf down to the meadow and set it among the grass. All day the calf stood there as if eating. And the shepherd said, "It will soon grow big and go alone." Yeah, you're narcissist. Yes, you do see your toxic person's bad behavior as entertainment value. Lately, they are fully ignorant. They refuse to take any responsibility for their bad actions, and they keep doing more. And then they blame you and everybody else for their poor choices. Oh, they've done that before, but not like this. Now, the little farmer is a master manipulator. He used charisma and persuasion to draw people in, often appealing to shared goals or desires for success. This makes his victims want to believe him, even when obvious red flags appear. This is gaslighting, and it creates cognitive dissonance. Later on, the shepherd wanted to drive his flocks home. His herd, he said to the carved calf, "Since you can stand there to satisfy your hunger, you must also be able to walk upon your 4 legs, and I shall not carry you home in my arms." The little farmer stood before his house door waiting for his calf. And as the shepherd drove his herd through Corrales village, he asked after it, and the shepherd replied, "It's still standing there eating. It would not listen and come with me." The farmer exclaimed, "Eh? What? I must have my calf. What have you done, you idiot?" And so they both went together down to the meadow. But some smart ass had stolen the calf, and it was gone. The shepherd said, "Perhaps it has run away." But the little farmer replied, "Not so, that won't do for me." And he dragged the shepherd before the mayor. The shepherd was condemned for his negligence and had to give the little farmer a real cow in place of the lost calf. The little farmer has an abundant lack of empathy. He can lie, he can exploit, and cause harm without any shred of remorse. He views the other villagers as tools or obstacles to his path. Now, this is the perfect card, the very beginning of your trip up to the tree of life. That's the middle pillar in the tarot. The narcissistic neighbor, the little farmer's emotional detachment allows him to carry out schemes the typical person would never do. The story is about an impoverished but cunning man who outwits a wealthy, greedy neighbor and a local authorities and a mayor to become rich. Now he's still poor, so he cannot feed that cow. So he takes it to the butcher, and he sells the meat to the butcher, and then he goes to sell the cowhide. On his way, he finds a raven with a broken wing. That means magic is afoot, which he wraps that raven in that leather hide to heal the raven. Gaslighting and denial. When confronted, he used gaslighting and toxic amnesia, pretending not to remember events exactly, and denial, to make victims question their own memories and perceptions of reality. Now the miller's bollocks. He seeks shelter at an old mill, where the miller's wife is secretly hiding the parson from yesterday's video collective. Look at yesterday's video. It's the same horn dog parson from that fairy tale, I'm telling you. Well, when the miller returns unexpectedly, that trollop of a wife hides the priest and the little farmer. The little farmer turns into a soothsayer. He claims by pretending that his cowhide and his magical raven are tools of a seasoned necromancer. He reveals some hidden items to the miller, and this scares that wicked Willie out of that miller, so that he pays the little farmer 300 thalers to get rid of the, quote, demon in the closet. That's the parson. The priest plays the role of Beelzebub in the closet. Yesterday, the husband routed that parson out and beat the crap out of him with a stick. I think you'll enjoy yesterday's video. Go look at that one. He creates confusion, and he erodes the victim's confidence in seeing reality. The little farmer returns home rich, telling his snooty neighbors to feck off, that he made money selling their cowhide. He rubs their nose in it. So, driven by craven greed, the narcissistic herder and the villagers jump on the same bandwagon. They slaughter every poor cow and then arrogantly saunter into town. But the buyers will not give them a penny for the glut of cowhides. They oversaturated the market. Too much supply, no demand, making his neighbors furious and penniless. He tricked the shepherd into trading places when things went awry. He redirected blame onto the shepherd, painted himself as an innocent party to be trusted, and he blamed other things on the villagers and the mayor. Well, they accused that little farmer of fraud, so they put him in a barrel and they planned to roll him into the river, the Rio Grande. While waiting for the end, the demonic priest that was hiding in the closet that he saved, and then that same shepherd wandered over to the barrel. And the little farmer tricks that shepherd into switching places. That's a destiny swap. And he convinced the shepherd that great wealth and a shit ton of sheep await him. First to be placed in that barrel, in the bottom of the barrel. Slowly at the bottom of the barrel. And once it's pushed stealthily, they'll push him in the barrel into the bottom of the Rio Grande River, where hundreds of sheep. He employed distractions, red herrings, straw man tactics, anything he could think of, argument, to steer the conversation away from his actions. After duping the shepherd, he steals the shepherd's sheep, claiming that he found the whole flock, getting ready to drown, so he saved it, and they were going to sink to the bottom of the river, but look, see for yourselves. There are hundreds of sheep down there still. Go for it. Hook, line, and sinker, the villagers just jumped into the river. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers, the little farmer insisted, and the greedy villagers all jump in to the Rio Grande after more big, fat, fluffy, waterlogged sheep for shearing. The little farmer becomes the sole wealthy resident in Corrales Village in Alameda, and he lives in prosperity. The legal system presents structural challenges that can work in the narcissistic little farmer's favor. Could not prove that he acted with intent to defraud. He made a good faith belief that his actions were legal, which plants enough reasonable doubt for his jury. The complexity of his unique situations with the cowhide obscured the key issue of his dishonesty. Much of the manipulation and abuse occurs behind closed doors, leaves no physical evidence without clear documentation. He had no emails, no texts, no third-party testimony, proving this narcissist's knowledge of falsity can be daunting. Now then, pardon me, kitty. Let me get over here. He's so sweet, and so are you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thank you for creating a magical space with me. I know. But you know what? With that, I'm totally going to just leave it there. And I'm so grateful. I love you guys so, so much. I love you. I can't wait. I get to come back and do this again. I absolutely cannot wait. I want to do it all over again in the next reading. I'm having so much fun doing it this way. Thank you for coming together with me and showing me a kindness. All parties are able to agree when we come in here together. I'm having the time of my life. I thank you so much. You give me a real live bit of free, full love that harmoniously flows when I come in here. Now remember, it doesn't matter how fast their lie is, the truth will always catch up to it. They're melting down, they're harassing everyone. You use your discernment, but you show up for yourself. You show up for yourself and you enjoy it. You're being really good and treating yourself very, very well. I'm so proud of you. And remember, you only have one job, and that's to keep showing up for yourself. And then you magnetize your soul. So you go out there and you have a really great day.